hello. Good morning, brother. Welcome to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast as we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning. We thank you all for chopping it up with us, so we thank you in advance for a time that will be had. And so, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left something, back like we ain't got no clothes in our back, and for the world is a better place in the moment when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so, thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, as well as additionally the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast Facebook page. We got two pages again, a community page as well as the Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at EMSTP underscore. Again, on IG at EMSTP underscore. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, as well as our guests for that weekend. Today is June 14th of 2025, and we have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world, where we saw games 2, 3, and 4 of the NBA Finals take place. And right now, we are dead even with this series. Um, Momentum has went like a seesaw in this NBA Finals, and Oklahoma City came back in very impressive fashion, going into Indianapolis last night, in which the odds were stacked high against them, and they responded. And so, right now, this series is tied 2-2. As well as additionally, we will see the NHL finals take place. And momentum in that series go like a seesaw. Every other game has been taken by one team, and that series additionally is tied 2-2. And so the Panthers and the Oilers, bro. And I think they back in Edmonton tonight. That game 5 is taking place tonight. And so we got 2-2 series going on. Additionally, this week we will see our Chicago Sky go through a really terrible slump. And right now they have fallen to 2-7. And additionally, Chicago Cubs go through a very terrible slump. But, I think that's just mostly because they have a very tough National League that they're playing against. And so, with that being said, introducing my brother from another mother and my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, my partner, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Mr. Jamar Goodman, good morning, bro. Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Um, whew, long night, but nevertheless, we here. Playoffs definitely at its peak in two sports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Man, we definitely got some things to discuss, especially what happened last night.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And so, let's start that off before we get our tags going. And so, the NBA Finals took place last night, Game 4, and we saw a pretty good basketball game. Um, I don't know what last night showed you. I don't know what this series has showed you thus far, but let's get your thoughts because right now this series is 2-2 and it's up for grabs.
That definitely is up for grabs, man.
Mm-hmm.
We, I, I feel like we definitely been seeing some entertaining basketball for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, you said even before the series started, like if we was to get this matchup, from a basketball standpoint, it'd be pretty good. It'd be entertaining. It'd be something that we would want, and I feel like we're getting
Mm-hmm.
all of that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pacers, this felt like game one in a sense, in reverse, to where
Mm.
Pacers pretty much was in control of this game for the most part. Every time that the Thunder would make a run, or cut the lead the Pacers would, regain momentum and probably try to extend that lead out. I mean, the game was somewhere between like 4 and like 8 points for the most part. Thunder was never like, really out of it, but it still felt like the Pacers had majority of the momentum in that game.
Yeah.
And then the fourth quarter happened where Pacers offense, it, it hit a wall. It really did. The Thunder started to take advantage. Shea, I mean, the MVP started to show up and starting to get some tough calls that went his way, and free throws was hit. The Thunder outscored the Pacers in that quarter, 31-17. And then just at the end of the game with the how the Pacers just it felt like they gave the game away. From I say from the shot selection, they started settling for threes that are attacking the basket, and then you had Benedict Mathurin missing 3 free throws at least in crunch time, and he's a pretty good free throw shooter, about 90%, and he missed.
But that's why his ass benched. That's the whole reason why he a J.R. Smith Jr. Anywho, I'll get to Benedict Mathurin shortly.
But in the same breath, I mean, he was phenomenal in game 3. So it's like, what can you do on that one? But nevertheless, Pacers had opportunities to close this game. They just kept the door open. Shea and them boys, took advantage. And I still feel like the Thunder has been outcoached in this series. But when it comes to execution, Pacers didn't execute down the stretch. The Thunder did. And this game was so vital, in my opinion. I felt like the winner of this game was going to win the series. That's how I felt. Because I've been talking to Tiana about it. She thinks that regardless if the Pacers lose this game, like they still got a chance of winning. I was more so on the fact that like you have to treat this like the New York Knicks series. Like, yeah, you did what you had to do in the Garden. You had to come back and hold down home court. So this time you did what you did. You did what you had to do in Oklahoma. But I felt like they had to control home court advantage in this series. Not saying that it's over, but it's just, a tall task ahead because we kind of seen it in the Denver Thunder series to where, Thunder was down 2-1 entering game 4 in Denver. Thunder did, take care of business, and they end up winning games 4 and 5. Denver wins game 6, and then in the second quarter, game 7, the Thunder blew them out the water.
Right.
And now this is kind of going towards that aspect. So this here is it feels like a chess game, man. It feels like it's two teams that's that really wants it. Like, and they're both, technically speaking, have an underdog mentality to them. It's just, one of them is a real underdog, and the other one is just trying to gain some respect here, which both of them are. But it's just like, dude, I don't know. I'm enjoying basketball, and I say this much: if the Pacers win it all, it's gonna disrupt the NBA. It's gonna flip the NBA on its head. That's exactly what's gonna happen if they pull this off. But nevertheless, Thunder take care of business in the fourth quarter of game 4, series tied, and now we're in the best of 3.
Yes, pretty much. And so, Ian, top of the morning, bro. How are you?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, bro. Good morning. And so, hey, you don't see now the series is 2-2. You got some of the retarded analysts saying they think stuff is a wrap. I'm talking about Charles Barkley. I don't see how you get 500. I don't see how much you get all that money for being an analyst. Anyway, that's ADHD. Look, Ian, bro. Somebody that actually watch sports. Ian, man, what's going on with this series? What's your thoughts from it? And just give us just You ain't got to give us a prediction, but just give us your thoughts, man, because this is a seesaw series, and right now it's up for grabs.
You seeing two teams that's kind of basically showing you the reason why they're in the finals. Um, some good basketball. You know, all the games have been pretty much close. No blowout, so I think that's enjoyable. The it's not too big too big markets per se. So I guess everybody thought that this finals was going to be like, basically kind of boring, but it's not. It's a pretty good final so far. It's
Mm-hmm.
competitive, no
Mm-hmm.
blowouts. Um, we're seeing people step up in some great moments, but I will say from watching last night's game that, in my opinion, that was a bad loss by Indiana. Going into the fourth quarter, they pretty much played. They had all the momentum, had the largest lead of the series last night at only 10 points. That was the largest lead of the series. That just show you how close this final has been, how competitive it has been for the
Mm-hmm.
largest lead of the finals to only be 10 points. You can go down 10 points in literally 30 seconds in the NBA. You know how many threes they shoot these days. So, yeah, man, I think that was a kind of like a terrible loss last night. They had all the momentum, like I said, going into the fourth quarter, and they just, I don't know, SGA just kind of took over, and uh, they just played defense in that fourth quarter, man, and toward the end, I was waiting for Indiana somebody to step up and make a big play or make a statement and be like, nah, we ain't letting this one slip away. We at home. We about to make our statement tonight. We going up 3-1. And that didn't happen last night. SGA just kept chipping away. Had 15 in the fourth, and now we got us a series now. I really thought that Indiana would go 3-1 last night, but we got us a series now. So I think I don't know. I said obviously I was wrong. I said OKC in five, but I don't know. We got us a series. It could be possibly going to seven, but we'll see. Um, you know, I don't think nobody even know what's gonna happen this series. OKC could pull it out, or Indiana could pull it out. So, um, I think we getting. I think we're gonna have a great series, man. It's not gonna be it's not the Lakers, it's not the Celtics, or one of those big
Big
prime
market
time,
teams.
yeah, big market teams. So, like I said, I think everybody thought it was kind of gonna be like a watered down series or not a competitive series, but it actually is. So. I
Very,
think in I think in the finals by
very.
now we would have seen somebody get blew out, and we haven't seen that yet. So it's a pretty good series so far. I'm enjoying it, and man, Indiana got some work to do.
Yeah, yeah, man. So right now, yeah, I see two teams with heart and will, two teams that don't want to lose. Although neither one of these teams got a big market, they don't have a New York or Los Angeles or Chicago. One thing they both got is high level IQ basketball, fellas.
Yeah,
Both of these teams are very good teams. And it was the reason why before the NBA Finals started, I was excited even with the conference finals because I was stating that these are the two best teams, and they will show why. Um, it's crazy for me, fellas, how Indiana keep getting underestimated by everybody, but they keep showing people why they in the finals. And so um, people still, I feel like Jamar say Indiana losing six, and I just don't see how at this point people don't have enough evidence to know that this team could actually win the finals. They could win. They could very seriously win. And it's been said since the first round, the team could win the championship. They are not just here for no reason. Um, Up 87-80, going into the fourth quarter. But guys, you know who I want to shout out, man? I want to shout out Alex Caruso, former Chicago Bull,
yeah,
former
good game.
LA Laker, former NBA champion with the LA Lakers. This man, y'all, I read a stat. He had no 20-point games in the regular season, fellas.
Yeah,
In
he
the
had one
NBA
last night.
Finals, 2. So clearly, everybody should know why Alex Caruso came to OKC. Clear and simple, to win a championship. The man preserved himself for this moment. And if you guys notice, outside of SGA, Jalen Williams has been kind of doing his thing too. It's really been your boy Alex Caruso that's been consistent for the Thunder in every game, every single game. We talk about that defense. He had 5 steals last night. 5. 5 steals. And so he's affecting the game in a tremendous amount of ways to bring a championship to OKC. He was brought there for that exact reason. And that's exactly what he's doing. And so the Oklahoma City Thunder, they showed me something very, very impressive. On the other hand, when we talk about the Indiana Pacers, this was a squandered opportunity in 2-1. You was in Indianapolis and you had a chance to put your foot on the absolute neck, go up 3-1. You played great through the first 3 quarters. Crowd was in it. I mean, that arena was ruckus. It was ruckus. It was ruckus. I mean, it was ruckus to be, and it's not the biggest arena in the NBA. We all know that it's the Chicago, but but that everybody was into it. But this is where champions are made, guys. This is where legends are made. Guys, is there any answer for SGA in the series? Can anybody stop him?
No.
I mean, last night he showed you in the fourth quarter why he got the MVP. I know he, I know, the Pacers, they getting agitated with, how he's drawing fouls and he keep going to the line, but I mean, that's a part of his game. I mean, I don't really see him flop. I mean, of course, all the players gonna flop, to get a call here and there, but that's just something that you could tell that he prides himself on drawing a lot of fouls and going to the free throw line, getting easier baskets. And he has a mid-range game. And I don't know. We seen last night. I just felt like that's why he's the MVP. You seen it last night in the fourth quarter. He showed
Exactly.
up when he was needed.
Yeah. I would say no, they can't stop him. But if Indiana's going to win, it's one of those to where you just let Shea get his and you just stop everybody else.
Yep.
Because how I was looking at game 3 and how I was talking to Tiana about it, like if nobody else steps up, they get blown out the water. That's just what it is. Jalen Williams, on the road in games 3 and 4 has been great. Like if he wasn't being that complimentary player to a certain degree to where Shea can still get his, and then like you was mentioning, Caruso stepping in behind the scenes doing his work and dropping that 20. It's like I feel like he's very vital to that team. So pretty much Shea gonna get his no matter what. It's what everybody else is gonna do. That's the part for me. Cause what's wild about it is I felt like the Pacers, a team that's not known for defense and that's not known for rebounding, has probably played better defense than the Thunder to the most part in this series, which is wild. And that is astonishing. That means they are shutting down everybody else. So pretty much Shea gonna get his. It's more so what everybody else gonna do for me. You need 2.5.
But that's crazy though, y'all, because everybody and their mama knew after game 3, it appeared to everybody that SGA was tired. He was on his knees. He was breathing. He was catching his breath at the end of game 3. They was putting a lot of ball pressure on him, picking him up full court most of the game. He was he looked fatigued. And so game 4, that was the recipe, it seemed like. Stop the others and stop the others
Mm-hmm.
And because SGA tired. But this man came out again and hit you with 34 when they knew already what the blueprint is, but they still couldn't stop it. That's what great was do, y'all. You know you got to stop this man. But Jamar, it ain't nothing you can do about that mid range. I don't care what
Nothing.
defense you put out there. Excuse my French. Ain't shit you can do about it. You could sit there. You could put Miles Turner big ass on him. You could put T.J. McConnell short ass on him. You could put everybody on him. It ain't nothing you could do about that mid range. SGA gonna get it regardless.
Yep. The pull up midi, in my opinion, is the toughest shot to cover in basketball
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you do not know when it's coming. You do not.
Nope.
So
And so he pull up with the midi, but on top of that, he get to the foul line like we call him the free throw. Everybody know him now as the free throw merchant. He know how to get to the line damn near. I mean, he's so crafty. I don't know. What kind of hits my mind is who is better, him or James Harden at drawing fouls? Because, like, these guys are masters. They put the referees under so much pressure, the defense under so much pressure. It's almost insane. And this is what SGA does, man. He can take any game, I feel like, fellas. If it's the Warriors, that any game, he can slow that game down immediately.
Yep. I mean, it's a skill. It's a skill to
Yeah.
draw fouls like that.
and
And you know what you're doing? You killing the other team momentum. Go ahead, Jamar.
no, you're right. And what's crazy is like he don't even need to do all that. He don't. He just do it probably to disrupt the flow of the game, because he's a walking 40-point bucket in any game he wants to walk in if he really wants to do it. He don't even need to draw the fouls like that. He could just get his points off the midi or drive into the basket or hitting a step back three. It's like the world is his and we just living in it half the time. That's what it feels like.
Yep.
Kind of remind me, fellas. I know he ain't Jordan, but it's what Jordan did to the signature. That's what made Jordan a GOAT. You knew what Jordan was going to do. Now, we knew Jordan was athletic. We knew Jordan could do a bunch of things, but when Jordan got his midi, it wasn't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Game. Yeah, literally. And I'm not trying to say our boy SGA is Michael Jordan, but for me, he pushing Jordan vibes. You know the midi coming. You know the fadeaway coming. What you gonna do about it? But you know it's coming.
And in spite of all that, the Pacers had done enough to win the game, and they gave it away. That's what it was.
It was still a close game. It wasn't like they completely got blew out in the fourth. They just let it slip out their hands, man. At home.
Bad shot selection,
Yep.
missing free throws, like clutch smoke. It's just all of that. It just really they handed it to them. They hit the free throws, had to have better shot selection. Probably be 3-1.
Pascal missing free
3-1.
throws. Benedict
sure.
Mather missing free throws.
Yeah.
Miles Turner, his seesaw ass. But it's the reason why Benedict Mathurin was on the bench. You see what he did in Game 3. He started 16 games this season, but you see why he was benched, Jamar, because of Game 4.
Like
it just proof is right in the pudding. The proof is literally right in the pudding with bro. Like all-time great little performance from Game 3. I mean, man, he was up there with some of the greats. His stats for Game 3. Game 4 came right out, stinked up the joint. That's Benedict Mathurin for you. So at this point, fellas, quickly, who you guys got in this 3-game maximum series? Jamar, start with you in. Still the Thunder? If so, how many?
My brain says Oklahoma City, but
he don't have the warm and fuzzies.
I don't. You already know. I don't. And just based on just me reanalyzing this series and how this is going, Indiana probably going to end up winning this series. Because one player that we haven't talked about for the Pacers that's just been under the radar good for them off the bench has been Obi Toppin.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's been fantastic.
yeah.
That man is making Chet Holmgren looking like a deer in headlights on defense.
Athletic.
That, like, dude. I, Pacers. Taking the
Wow.
Pacers. Yeah. Taking the Pacers.
Wow. Now, and how many? 7?
6.
Ooh, 6. Wow. And bro,
Wow. And 6. Hey.
6.
Yeah, because I
I
feel like
could've
if those 7, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a tough series to predict. Like I said, I had OKC in 5, but I don't know. It's like Indiana. It's like they keep proving us wrong over and over and over. But then it's just like, I don't know. It's OKC shows you why they're actually in the finals, and SGA shows you why he's MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a tough one to predict, man. I don't know. After last night, I just knew that, like I said, I just knew Indiana was going up 3-1. I was like, oh, this don't look good. It look like Indiana gonna pull this one out, but they choked last night. They got to go back to OKC. It's gonna be a tough. That's gonna be, it's gonna be a tough environment, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say OKC in 7.
Mm-hmm.
I won't count out Indiana because I don't know. Every time I think, well, maybe this is it. Uh-uh. You show me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say OKC in 7.
Okay. Well, fellas, I gotta be one to break the icebreaker, huh? Guess that's why I got
Yep.
3 people on the early morning first off.
Yep.
Man, when I look at the series, I part of me from a basketball perspective see OKC going back home, right? OKC should put the clamps on Indiana game 5. They should. In Oklahoma City. Come on, man. You got the momentum. You got to put the clamps on Indiana. So I think OKC go back to OKC, take care of business. I think Indiana go back to Indiana, take care of business, which makes this a 7-game series. And I think in the end, I think OKC prevails in the 4th quarter of the series. This series going down to the goddamn bottleneck. It's going down to the edge of the, you go to the edge of the river, fellas, and you just can't go no more.
Yep.
You literally, that's where the series is going. This is why I was excited for the series, Jamar, in the first place, because I knew it would be high level basketball. Do y'all see how high level this series is, man? Y'all see how they running down the 4th? Y'all see how they consistently putting pressure under each other? Indiana keep putting that pressure, but OKC, they keep putting pressure too, fellas. And it's the pressure's coming through SG and Alex Caruso. Them guys are sharks. They are animals. They are killers, period. And they coming at Indiana just like Indiana coming at them. And it's punches being thrown and it's back and forth. And it's consistent. It's back and forth. If a person's stuck for this series, I don't blame them. Guys, we got to post that on the page. We got to see who the people got in this 7-game series. That's the max that this series is going to go. It's the best of 3 at this point. So it's a great series, fellas. That's all I got to say, man. We'll see who come out with this series. Game 5 is tomorrow night, right, fellas? In OKC.
I think it's Monday.
And so, if it's Monday, then that would sound right because the spread out of this series has been very unusual. Generally, we have NBA, finals game every other day. And then we have a few games that. But this series, yes, you're right. It's been very spread out, which sounds about right. And so, yep, you're right. Game 5 is Monday night. And game 6 is Thursday. That's another 3 days. And game 7 is June 22nd. And so
Wow.
every game this series, 3 games spread apart. And I heard it. I heard that I heard it was spread apart. I heard that. I know y'all heard that. I just didn't think that every game would be 3 days apart.
Except for between games 3 and 4 is 2. Everything else is 3. But it's been like that for years though. Always 3 days, like more than 2. It's stupid.
I guess because the way of the format, and they got them going back and forth.
No, I think they just trying to drag it out for money purposes. This is stupid.
That too.
Yeah, this one's a bit interesting. And so yeah, man. Well, you got a lot of basketball to be played. So next Saturday we might very well be sitting here. No, we will be sitting here for sure. But next Saturday we'll definitely be talking about Game 5, Game 6. And so will we have a champion by next Saturday? We'll find out. So we'll find out, man. So big game. On the other hand, fellas, I know this might not be popular, but we got to talk it. The NHL Stanley Cup Finals. Now, Florida Panthers, guys, former and currently the reigning Stanley Cup champions. Florida has been to the Stanley Cup for the past 3 years. Edmonton has been there for the last 2 years. Edmonton have who is regarded as the best player in hockey is Connor McDavid. This series is a seesaw as well. It is 2-2 in. Last week, me and Jamar, we made our picks as well for this series. Jamar believes Edmonton will come out. I believe Florida will repeat. And so, Jamar, Ian, you got to now break the cycle, bro. Yeah, I know a lot of folks might not watch hockey, but it's popular definitely amongst a lot of folks. So who you got for this one, bro? I don't know if you got much. I don't got much knowledge about the NHL. I don't, but I do know at least the basis of the stories. I know the basis. And so break the tie, bro. Who you got for this one? Florida, Edmonton.
I wouldn't say I have some knowledge, but not enough, really. But
Yeah.
I
need more knowledge.
Yeah, I've been keeping up. I've been keeping up with the series a little bit, but I say I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this one.
Okay.
I'm going with the Panthers on this one.
Yeah. Which would mean that if the Panthers pull this out, this would be a repeat. This would be this would be a dynasty started in Florida, because Florida has I know they made the Stanley Cup last year, and I know they was in the conference finals against Tampa, because Tampa had a dynasty too. And so right now, man, Florida hockey's sitting good. They sitting good as hell, because you got between Tampa and the Florida Panthers right now. There's a lot of good hockey being played in Florida, but it's always great hockey in Canada. Canada, fellas, is our rivals. They're our arch nemesis for hockey. Every time we think of hockey, it's the United States, Canada, man, along with a few Eastern European countries. But Edmonton, it makes sense why they're there. They're a great team. They got one of the best players in hockey, man. And so the only thing missing from his resume, Jamar, is a Stanley Cup championship for Connor McDavid.
Yep.
Other than that, he got the MVPs. He got the accolades. He's got the team finally around him. He needs his Alexander Ovechkin moment. And so hopefully Connor McDavid can get his Alexander Ovechkin moment, and he can get him a Stanley Cup championship and get that done. And if he can get that done, then that'd be fantastic for him. That's just the one thing missing on his resume. Yeah. Yep. And so, fellas, we got to talk Chicago Sky.
Yeah, ain't much to talk about.
The floor is yours, my friend.
Ain't much to talk about.
We got to mention something, fellas. I'm so mad, Right now, Chicago Sky, they 2-7. Um, they lost last night to the Atlanta Dream. Another double-digit loss. The only 2 wins they had was against the worst team in basketball, which is Dallas Wings. The first game they had to sweat it out against the Wings. They almost lost that one. So, Jamar, bro, give us your thoughts on the Chicago Sky, man. And any thoughts? What's happening here? Why is Sky 2-7, bro?
You know, being from the Chicago area, I feel like we are, and I say this jokingly but seriously, we are spoiled by bad organizations. I feel like, and I'm pretty sure you feel this way, and a lot of people feel this way. Like, I feel like these players are not developing like they should. They probably shouldn't even got rid of Miss Weatherspoon after 1 year.
That was just highly questionable. Like, what the hell? Like, what did she do to really get let go?
What the hell?
Yeah, for real. And like you said it before, earlier this week when we was talking, like at least when she was coaching, they was playing hard on defense. They played hard. They played hard. They gave it their all. Now they may not have been the best offensive team last year, but heck, our the only bucket getter that we had last year is not even there anymore. So it's like this feels like Coach Carter. Like they were like, there goes our 2 leading scorers. Well, we're gonna have 2 new leading scorers. Don't mean that's gonna translate to wins at all, and it hasn't. So look, our team looks very inferior. It looks lost at times. I mean, granted, when I checked the score briefly at halftime, like, oh, okay, like they in the game. I come back 20 minutes later, they getting smacked. Like Ryan Howard dropping 9 threes against them, 36 points.
Killing them.
And I'm just watching the highlight. Like
only Chicago.
I'm watching highlights. She just getting any shot she wants. I'm like, they not even like rotating. Like, what is this? Getting ankles broken. Like, dude, like I could have went out there and had a better performance than that. Like, what are we doing?
Definitely could, Jamal.
Oh,
They love that playing like some little girls. No pun intended.
You ain't lying. I mean,
this hurts, man. This hurts for us to talk because this is women, guys. Like we gotta be. I guess we gotta be nice, right? I mean, they're still women, and
I mean,
yeah, they're professionals, though.
They're professional athletes.
That's what they chose to do.
They get paid to do this. They do, and look. Where's the light? Is there a light? We in a dark tunnel here. Is there a light at the end of this tunnel anywhere? Like any a glimmer? Is there like a flash on a phone, flashlight camera, anything? Nothing. No?
But Jamar, really quickly, bro, you've stated something that you think the Chicago Sky could do or should do at this point.
Oh yeah,
they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. Even though we're a couple years out, we tanking for Juju. That's what we doing. We gonna tank for Juju. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
I'm here for it.
Yes, that is the savior. Now we know
be the girl Michael Jordan in Chicago.
That man, dude, she would be beloved. She might be the first, second, third biggest star in this city if she was to get drafted here. She would be an icon in the city. She came here and started hooping like she always do. Juju is the answer to everything. If we can get her, that is the morning, the afternoon, and the night. Juju.
All right, yes. Now that's something that is a question, and I'll let you go in. But is it too early to tank for Juju? We see where the hell the ship is. We see where the hell the ship is heading for the Sky. Go ahead and give us your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of early to tank for Juju for sure, but I'm here for it, man. I would love for us to, have Juju. Love her game. But nevertheless, the Sky is just in a real bad place right now. And some bad moves they made in the offseason. We're actually looking at the results of it on the court every night, man. I don't even know what to say. Like Jamar said, they have no bucket getter, solidified bucket getter. Nobody's stepping up. I think the casual fan, I won't say the real fan, but the casual fan thinks um Angel Reese is going to be a bucket getter or be scoring 20 and 30 points every game. That's not her game. It never really was her game.
Nope.
So that's not realistic. They didn't even give Teaspoon a real chance. Maybe she didn't, do what the organization was expecting. But God, I mean, at least give her, a year. I mean, 2 years or three.
Right.
Um, yeah, man. They got, like you said, they got rid of their number one bucket getter, and I don't know, no effort on defense, like you said. It's kind of it's embarrassing. We not even that far removed from winning the championship. What, in 2020, 2021?
Yep,
And
2021.
yeah, now it's like that's become like a very distant blur. But we were just the champions, what, 4 years ago?
Well, don't
And
forget we
so,
were in the conference finals the following year
Three
too. We
years
should have
ago.
won the
Yeah.
championship that year.
right, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, how the hell did we get here? So I don't know. They got some soul searching to do. Maybe I don't know. Hopefully it gets better, but as of right now, man, they ain't
Dude,
looking too good, man. This is embarrassing.
how's an expansion team better than us? Like, bruh.
Oh, Golden State Valkyries is way better than us. Way
Yeah.
better. When they play us, they gonna run us off the court. Um,
At,
go
at
ahead,
this
Ian. You got some
at
else?
at this point, Brandon, we could just put our daughters out there, man. They probably make a better effort.
You right. Abigail will give some hella. You right. Abigail be out there running all over the damn court. She'll be getting all type of steals. She'll be a monster on defense, y'all. Abigail be right here on defense, right there on defense, right here. So yeah, that makes total sense. Absolutely, man. And that makes total sense. Shout out to the fathers by the day. Happy Father's Day coming up. And so yeah, man.
Hopefully it gets together
Chicago,
though, man.
right?
Hopefully it gets
Chicago
Man.
together.
Sky. It's a lot to say about this team. Um, they are clearly a team, guys, that is suffering from an organizational standpoint. I want to know what were they thinking in the first place to let Marina Mabry go? That was the start. Um, Last season, we had a competitive team that looked like the dangerous team that a team wouldn't want to play in the playoffs, fellas, with Marina Mabry and Kennedy Carter on the team. You understand? So when Marina Mabry got let go, that was like, all right, they don't feel like she can win a championship here. Okay, she got let go. But then when you go to the off season and you hear Teresa Rutherford's got fired for really, I have no clue. I don't know if somebody in the organization, guys, felt like they wanted people of high character or they wanted people that wasn't as extra as Teresa. Teresa, I guess, was a little extra, fellas. Like, she'll, after the game, she'll give you like a super big hug, be all kind of like, a little extra if you say personality wise. Is that what the Sky were thinking? Because other than that, I don't see what she was doing that was really so bad. She didn't trade Marina Mabry. It was the organization who did that. It was ownership. It wasn't her. And so her being let go, they clearly wanted somebody in there that was their person, aka their guy. Now, how this guy became the guy is very questionable. Jamar and Ian, they don't play no defense.
No.
What
No.
plays do they run on offense? What
Uh,
the offense looked like elementary school offense.
you get a
It
pass,
looked
you
like
get a pass.
some
Everybody run with
right.
like the chicken with the head cut off.
It looked like an offense where kids are literally figuring it out in eighth grade. Where you in eighth grade and you just trying to figure stuff out on a basketball court. A coach put a team together, said, "Hey, Ian, you're gonna be the shooting guard. Hey, Jamar, be the point guard. Go out there and let's win. Let's go team, go." That's exactly how they look. Angel Reese, no, I want to put this out here, guys. I never expected Angel Reese to go out of her game. I know Angel Reese is a great rebounder, and I know she feeds off of others. You understand? She's a great Robin, guys, but she ain't no great Batman. Her game ain't even nowhere near developed to be a Batman, Ian. She's a great Robin. She was a great Robin for LSU. Well, she was like, in a way, she wasn't the leading scorer for LSU.
Nope.
She was the person that did everything. Haley Van Lith scored more points than her at LSU, y'all.
She was the glue.
Right. It was like they were the keys. The rapper girl. That's the rapper. She a senior. She gonna be a number one pick next year. Yeah, they were the keys for LSU. Not necessarily. Angel was great. She did all the intangibles. But now in Chicago, that's what she does. That's what you should know her for if you know basketball and if you know Angel Reese. Her game ain't to go out there and shoot 25 shots.
Like Kaylin Clark.
And threes.
Right.
She can't do that. That's not her game. That's not what she does. She feed off of others. And if you don't believe me, ask the point guard Chelsea Gray. They won that championship in the 3-on-3 because Angel was a key piece, but she wasn't the main piece. She did the intangibles. I don't see how this coach don't see that. He got her bringing up the ball, y'all, like she a point guard. All Angel do is run up the court, stop, and mess up the floor of the offense because the ball stopped. That's all that's happening. She's stopping at the half court or she's stopping at the 3-point line. The ball stopped moving, and from there ain't nothing progressing. And so, fellas, there was a reason why after the first game of the Chicago Sky, I asked, is it too early to ask a question if the Chicago Sky organization have made some terrible mistakes that has cost this organization and that will cost this organization for years to come? If the Chicago Sky don't go out and they try to make a move, this going to be clearly a tank for Juju sweepstakes, which will be into 2027. Because I tell you what, whoever they draft next year, it ain't no guarantee in the WNBA, fellas. Y'all think number one picks in the WNBA turn out great? They don't. Not all the time. Most of the WNBA picks, guys, that's first round picks, they end up overseas a year or two later. And I got news for you. We got our 2 picks, but I tell you what, if Angel don't start putting that ball in the bucket consistently, people going to start asking some questions going to be very uncomfortable. They're going to do the same for Kamilla Cardoso. Now, I know Angel for the last couple games had double-digit points. That's really, really good. But we need Angel to have double-digit points and impacts when the game matter, not in bullshit time. Same for Kamilla Cardoso.
So
same for Kamilla Cardoso.
Does that
when it matters?
Does that go in a reflection of the coach not putting them in position to succeed during that time? Because last year, but I'm just saying, even though last year they wasn't winning like that, they was more competitive and they was in the games and they had more involvement in the offense. This year is just like, man, what kind of patty cake offense are we playing? So it's like, I know she gets
goes into
some
the
of the
coaching
blame.
and it goes into the staff too. I don't know who on that staff. I don't know who's on that staff. At least with Teresa Weatherspoon, she has some notable assistants. They left, y'all. Yep. She has some assistants from LA that was under Kurt. She has some assistants that was under Becky Hammond. She had some assistants last year, but now I don't know who this guy is. And y'all know with every coach, they're gonna bring in their people, guys. Newsflash. When a head coach come in, he's gonna bring in the people he want. It's his regime. And I don't know. I questioned the hiring from the first place. I think we all did because we didn't know who he was, where he came from. We just knew that he came from under the Becky Hammond tree. That's all we knew. And other than that, that's all we knew. But right now it looks really bad. Guys, I just want to say this one last thing. I really hope to not see Angel Reese or Kamilla Cardoso not in a Chicago Sky uniform coming in the next season. Not 2025 or 2026. Is it too early to see that the Chicago Sky could eventually end up parting ways on one of their first round picks? Because again, this ain't the WNBA. This ain't the NBA. This the WNBA. Stuff can happen fast. Really fast. Really quick question, guys. Do you guys think that Kennedy Carter was given the raw deal by the Chicago Sky by getting let go and
Yeah, for
then them
sure.
not signing her this offseason?
Yeah, I
Yeah, for
mean,
sure.
Y'all know she the MVP over there in Mexico right now. It don't surprise us. She shouldn't. The girl was fucking cold.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't. I'll take it to a step further. I don't think it's just the Chicago side. I think it's the whole WNBA that gave her a raw deal
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. She should definitely still be over there.
from what she, I guess, did to quote unquote Caitlin Clark.
Clark.
So
Yeah, that might be a little deeper than basketball.
It
that's,
seemed like it, right? Yeah.
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 There's no way that she shouldn't be in the WNBA right now. It's no way.
Mm-mm-mm.
On any team, ain't sitting on nobody's bench, nothing.
Right.
Don't make sense. It's not even about basketball at that point.
Right.
Oh, she was a
I'm
borderline
telling you.
All Star last year. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right. Right. And you know that she'll give it to any of them. They all knew she'll give it to them. Kelsey Plum, whoever you name it, they know. Oh yeah, we got a game down for her. We got a game down for sure. I don't see how this guy say, hey, we gonna join the league and just let it go. Something deeper than basketball in, and that's why that question got to be asked. Is it is something going on in that organization, man? Because I don't see how you let that happen, but. I guess, Jamar, we are in the midst of a tank for Juju sweepstakes um, because it don't look good for this season. And I don't know what they're going to do next season. I don't know who you going to track, fellas. This is an early prediction. Who you going to track? By seeing how that basketball team look, who you going to track for 2026, Jamar? Who? Say, ooh, I want to go play with Andrew Reese and Camila Cardoso. Oh, really? Really? You do?
Not playing
I
like
mean,
this.
yeah, not playing like this and the way the reputation their coach got right now. No, that's not definitely not attractive. They just turn it into all these other Chicago teams at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But guys, on the other hand, there's a little light of the tunnel here. Chicago Cubs, I mean, they competing a little bit. And so, Jamar, man, you've been schooling me on the Chicago Cubs team. Um, and so am I elucidating to ask the question, is it too early to believe that the Chicago Cubs can actually have home field advantage, bro, in the National League? And is it too early to believe that this team will win the National League Central?
The answer to your question is no to both. No, you're not. Look. You know what my allegiance are, but
Right?
no. In all seriousness, no. The Cubs are a pretty good team. They
Second place in the NL. They won.
yes.
Yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like yesterday was somewhat of a bad loss to a certain degree, even though they was going against Paul Skeens, who is that's box
Yeah,
office.
he's been going through a lot, but he's one of the best players in baseball.
Absolutely. Like Skeens is that dude. But
Yeah.
they based on how that game transpired, they shouldn't have lost that game at all. But nevertheless, look, the Cubs are going to win the NL Central by default. And Brandon, me and you talked about it early in the week. The NL is loaded. NL is loaded across the board especially in the other divisions. Between the NL East with the Mets, the Phillies,
Mm-hmm.
I think the Braves might start to come around there, and then you got the NL West, with of course a lot of us think the Dodgers, when all things are equal, they're the best team in baseball.
Right.
The Giants, the Padres, and even the Diamondbacks to a certain degree, they're competitive too. So it's you have a star, pretty much a fully loaded conference in that regard. So if I was to compare this to Theo Epstein's teams when he was here, I feel like this kind of feels like the 2015 Cubs, who was just like right there, didn't get over the hump, but they're like right there. They was knocking on the door, and of course, 2016 they got it done. This team needs to add another pitch in the rotation, and it's a matter of when, not if, it's going to get done. There was rumors of our former pitcher Chris Sale to go to the Cubs, but I don't know if the Braves going to let him go. But nevertheless, they are definitely buyers at the deadline. This team is, I know they're in a little slump now, but no, this team is good, and they're even fun to watch too.
They are, man. And they be putting up some. They got some hot bats, man. Especially when they be in Wrigley. Them bats be hot in Wrigley.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not far fetched to think that this team can't get the 1 seed and maybe win the pennant. And it isn't far fetched. I mean, as I've always stated, whoever's hot at the right time type deal. But this team, they're good. They're a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if you got any comments, bro, but just from looking at the Cubs, what I see from this team is, man, Jamar, you hit that on the nail right there when you mentioned a team that is like at the brink, because they are they're not the best team in the National League. They're not. The best team is the Dodgers, guys. The best team is the Dodgers. That's likely your World Series favorite again. But got news, guys. It's looking like it could be an NLCS rematch. If you guys remember, the Mets played the Dodgers in the NLCS. You guys remember. The Dodgers beat them 4-2. I was excited for a moment for a Subway Series. If y'all remember last year, I was excited for a moment.
Yep.
And so you got that happening, but you got Philly and Bryce Harper, bro. They right there, and they are a team that went to the World Series a couple of years back. They are a team that went. They lost in the first round they lost in, you can say the first round, but the divisional round. But this team is right there peaking. They always peaking, right? San Diego's always peaking. The NL right now is the usual suspects. It's loaded, but it's loaded with the usual suspects. San Diego, they got a lot of money on their books, as y'all know, with Juan Soto.
Sorry,
not Juan Soto, but my other boy, Tatis Jr., Fernando Tatis Jr. So that team got a big payroll. They've, Juan Soto, New York, big payroll. Philly, big payroll. With Bryce Harper and those guys over there. Kyle Schwarber, man, damn, why did the Cubs ever let him go? On the other hand, we got
and what's wild with that, real quick, like, was it Rizzo and Baez and whoever the other person, I can't even think of the other person, like, they turned out to have worse careers than Schwarber. Like, that's wild.
Right. I mean, we have not heard from Chris Bryant since.
Dude, stealing money in Colorado.
Yep. Have not heard from that brother since. Yep. I have not heard from that brother since Chris Bryant. I don't know what happened to Chris Bryant. I don't know what happened to Javier Baez. I don't know what happened to him, man. Somebody need to put an APB out for him.
They should have just kept the crew together, man. For the life
they had something going.
Still don't understand,
They had something going. It was like they balanced each other out, Jamar. Like, even if they weren't great, they still balanced.
Yep.
They let that window go for sure, and that's facts, bro. That's facts. That was a nice little run they had.
Yeah, but I felt like they dodged the bullet by not signing Chris Bryant to the deals that the other teams have. Like, that's horrid.
I could see a player, one player here or there, but just to let go of everybody.
Right. You had to at least keep Cal. If they kept Cal, I mean, man, I don't know. Maybe he went to Philly and got some new I don't know. Sometimes it's in a, maybe he went to Philly, met some new people. I don't know. Like, I don't know, but
Maybe he has
he
some new
not the
cat or
same.
something. Who knows?
I hope he ain't. I hope we'll find out because y'all know how baseball is. I hope we'll find out because he was on a decline when he was leaving Chicago. His ass went to Philly, and he went on a resurgence quick. I don't want to put this out there, but we know how baseball can be.
The end of the wild man.
And so I hope Cal ain't taking nothing, man. Cause y'all know how that stuff be in baseball. You be like, oh man, Barry Bonds was great. Oh man, Sammy Sosa was great. Oh man, what's his name was great. Then you find out a few years later, damn, he was juicing. And so
Yeah,
I don't think this one
but
is
I
that.
don't think.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't think
think
so.
so. Not in 2025, right? I hope not. Not in
Mm.
2025. But
You have to be
there
stupid.
there are some things, man, that you could take now. And trust me, them players, it don't seem like the league punish them financially for it. They might get a bad reputation, but I don't think they Wallace get punished. I ain't seen Sammy Sosa Wallace get punished, fellas. I ain't seen Mark McGuire Wallace get punished. I ain't never seen that. And
Well,
so he might, get the little reputation, but I ain't never seen his Wallace get punished. And so, um, and so with that being said, man, the Cubs, they let go a lot in order to rebuild. They are in a loaded National League, but they are 3 games out for home field. And the good thing, the reason why the question was asked, fellas, is because the Chicago Cubs have played the hardest schedule in baseball, and they got a real easy schedule coming up. And so a lot of their games coming up should be against not the best teams. And so if the Cubs can take advantage of that, then we could very well look up, Jamar, about August or something. The Cubs could be first place in the National League. And so it's a question that's asked because they have not played the toughest schedule in baseball. And so, yeah.
at all, they they need to go ahead and smack the Pirates on the rest of this series out of the town and keep it moving. They better not lose another game to the Pirates. I give them
They
one
can't,
against
man.
Skeens, even though that was a no decision on his part, but still, you can't be losing to the Pirates. You just can't do it.
Yeah, man. This is one of the worst teams in baseball, man. They are fifth place in the National League Central. And so Cubs got to win those games for sure, man. They got to win those games. And so, Ian, bro, I'm curious. I don't know, man, if you got something to spark our conversation, dog, but
Uh,
we got to bring up the basement. And so I don't know if you got something for us, man, this morning for Ian's basement.
Yeah, we've been living in the basement while you've been gone, man. We kept it
Yeah,
clean though.
man. It was nice though. It's been nice.
uh, you know what? Not per se, but I want to say this during in the basement. Shout out to the all the sports dads. The guys we know personally. The guys we see on TV. Deion Sanders, Carmelo Anthony. LeBron James. Back in the day, you see Michael Jordan. All these guys that got kids that's going forward in sports and kids that we know personally. And shout out to ourselves, man. It's Father's Day weekend. Shout out to all the dads, man. I think a lot of times we get overlooked and our efforts get overlooked. Um, but I think that's what I got for the basement today, man. Shout out to all the real fathers out there and the father figures, the uncles, the fathers that are no longer here, that molded us, the uncles that are no longer here that molded us, man. Grandfathers, coaches, the
Right.
teachers, everybody that's been a father figure and a positive role model. I think we get overlooked a lot. Um, even on the TV, you don't see a lot of Father's Day banners or Father's Day commercials like you see on Mother's Day, and there's no knock on to the mothers. Shout out to the mothers too, but a big shout out to all the fathers, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, bro. That's a real. I feel that one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jamar, bro. Yeah, man. In this case, Anna gave us his thoughts for the basement. And so in that case, man, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Um, yeah, man. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I don't know, Jamar, if you got something to add or what, man, before we get to our final thoughts and shout outs. But what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, Ian said it beautifully. Like, I don't know what else to really add on. Ian said everything that I could probably imagine, even more. So, no, just happy Father's Day. Like I feel like a lot of us don't get the credit that we deserve. The unsung hero. All heroes don't wear capes. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
Factual, man. This is factual. So, fellas, in this case, any final thoughts or shout outs, fellas, as we head into the weekend?
Man,
So, Jamar, let's start with you.
look, we already talked about the Father's Day, so definitely everybody, all the dads, definitely enjoy your day tomorrow for sure. Um, now, as far as everything else, look, the NBA Finals, I feel like a kid in a candy store. I'm loving every bit of this. But one thing that sticks out as far as the NBA, in the New York Knicks and that whole coaching situation, blah blah blah. And you missed the other day. I'm gonna let you off the hook now. We ain't got enough time for this, but um, I feel like in order to New York to make this right, bring my guy home. Bring home Mark Jackson. Bring him home.
I would love to see that, but is New York really gonna do that when he hasn't been coaching for the last 10 years, dog?
I mean, they gonna. I'm not
It
gonna.
gotta be him. It gotta be him or Mike Malone at least to make it make sense.
Mike Malone is from New York as well.
Bring him home. That's all. Do right. Don't be blackballing people no more. Do right.
Mm.
And
That's
so,
all.
just curious, that's a really good point, man. The New York Knicks search. I know they was going to talk to Mike Brown, and they were going to talk to somebody else that's a famous
Jenkins.
coach. Yeah, Taylor Jenkins from that was fired from the Grizzlies. And so, who do you guys think, man? Because people throw out Ime Udoka, people threw out Mark Jackson, Mike Malone. I'm just at the thought that Mike Malone's the best coach, guys. I know
Oh,
Mark Jackson is a great idea, but Mike Malone seems to be the best fit, being that he's from New York. I believe he's a St. John's guy. Um, led the Nuggets to the NBA Finals, had a lot of success there, guys. He was just abruptly let go. I think he's a great fit for the Knicks. What about you, Ian? You got any thoughts, man, on who you think should be uh, heading that ship in New York? Because this, depending on who that coach is, that might attract or not attract some free agents.
Yeah. Like I said, Mike Malone. I would love for them to bring back Mark Jackson, like Jamar stated, but I think that's a little far fetched. That's something else that's a little probably more deeper than basketball. And
Another deeper than basketball situation.
yeah, it's no way that he shouldn't be coaching somebody's team. But you
Yeah,
know,
he should have been a coach a long time ago.
years ago, we almost talking about 10 years.
yeah.
Ten
Man,
years ago.
that's
He's
crazy,
almost
isn't it?
well, technically he's almost
Nah,
been in the
man,
league
yeah.
around 10 years ago. He almost been in
No,
the
it's
league
been 10
10,
years.
10
He
years
was
ago.
Yeah.
let go. He was let go for Steve
In
Kerr
like
10 years ago in the
2015.
summer,
Yeah,
bro.
yep,
2015. They
yep.
won it, yeah.
So, yeah, man, those would be my two. But I mean, a more realistic pick would probably be Mike Malone. I don't know if anybody else is out there, but they should have been in the finals. So, I mean, I don't know where they go from here,
Mm,
coaching wise. I really don't.
mm.
Just don't.
But
Let's hope. Hopefully, they don't do nothing stupid.
Well, I tell y'all what, fellas, they at least got to hit a home run with this coaching because you let go of Tom Thibodeau, who was a pretty damn good coach. I mean, I know he was a tough coach, but he was a pretty good coach.
Yeah, but he only hit his ceiling.
Yeah.
Same old
So,
song.
but if you're gonna let him go, like you better not. You
That's
gotta
my
go
point.
for home.
You
The
gotta
next
you
coach,
gotta
next
hit a
coach got to
home
take you to the
run.
finals. Yep,
That's
next coach
just
got to take you to the finals.
that's just like the Steelers clamoring for the Steelers fans clamoring for Mike Tomlin to be let go. Okay, you let him go. Who you gonna replace him with?
Yeah, but he got
Right.
championship. I mean, he got championship though.
No, I'm saying though, but like Steelers fans, a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
them
yeah,
are
yeah,
like
yeah. They're
tired of the
tired.
man, which
They're,
is
yeah, they're
stupid.
tired of Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
Right.
But
And which
oh,
brings up go ahead,
I'm gonna say,
Jamal.
what's funny? So the Knicks did ask for permission for a bunch of different coaches that are on staff, and they all got rejected. What pisses me off is they asked for Billy Donovan, and the Bulls like denied it. Like, why are we doing
Yeah,
this?
I was like, no, come get
Hey,
him,
that was so
please.
Yes,
stupid. Go
like
get
please,
him.
like take him, please.
He
Like
may
I'll
be a better
escort
fit
him
for New
out of here.
York. He may
This
be a
is
Like
better fit for
factual.
New York.
I
This
hate
is
y'all.
factual, man. I'm sitting there looking at the article, bro, yesterday, and I'm like, why are the Bulls fans mad? Why is Chicago mad? Like,
For like this. Get him out of here. I'm sure he's a
like
fine
legit,
man, but
man.
get him out of here. He's not my coach.
Man, bro. Billy, I think we got enough evidence from Billy to know, yeah, it's probably time for us to move on from Billy
Yeah,
Donovan too.
good
It's probably
players,
time for us to
coach.
move on. Yeah.
Probably a good guy, but it's
Yeah.
not working out here. It's time to go. It's time. It's
No.
time. There's no direction
Yeah.
of this team. We just out there playing recreation basketball.
Yeah, we got
Pretty much.
next. Like we got winners, bro. Let's get on the court
Yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah, man. Just really quickly though, fellas. Aaron Rodgers. Any expectations for the Steelers, fellas, with A Rod? Because that's what my final thought was, and so I just gotta ask the question. Um, any expectations from A Rod, man? He come back, maybe add a resurgence to this team, maybe make this team a playoff team that could win a game, maybe.
what like what's the difference between A Rod being quarterback this year and Russell Wilson being quarterback last year, or Justin Fields being quarterback last year, or Mason Rudolph being quarterback this year? Like what like in all honesty, like what's gonna be the end result? Them getting to the playoffs and losing in the first round again, not winning a playoff game for like the last decade. Like what? Like in all seriousness, like what do you expect to accomplish with Aaron Rodgers at 42 years old, coming off 2 years removed from Achilles injury? What is he gonna do to the franchise? You traded for DK and you traded away whatever that immature receiver is, Pickens.
Oh yeah,
Like
Pickens, yeah, to Dallas.
like
Yeah.
like TJ Watt not even in camp. He wants a new deal. Like your defense, your O line maybe slightly revamped, but you got a statue back there. It's like Big Ben all over again for the last his last 3 years as a Steeler. Like what is like you keep playing in purgatory? Like what are we doing? Like you gonna move the needle? You need somebody that really moves the needle. Aaron Rodgers at 42 years old that could barely move is not moving the needle.
Mm.
You can't even
So you
name the
don't think
second
Aaron
West.
Rodgers go to Pittsburgh, and you don't think he have a Tom Brady moment?
No, no.
Okay.
Like the Buccaneers actually surrounded that man with weapons galore. Like Antonio Brown was the third wide receiver on the team. You can't even name the third wide receiver on the Pittsburgh Steelers right now.
No, you can't. I don't know who it is. Yeah. Ian, bro, just ask you really quickly, man, because that was my final thought is shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers for picking a quarterback they think will bring them success. And so is A-Rod, man, do you think it's gonna work out in Pittsburgh to where, they could possibly get to the playoffs again? Maybe win a playoff game?
Mm, I don't know, man. It's possible, but I'm not a big fan of A-Rod right now, and I doubt it. Um, I don't know. I can see either one or two things happening. I can see them. They still have a good defense. Um, so I can see him taking them to new heights. But do I see them like going to the Super Bowl or maybe a okay playoff run, but still losing, still being Aaron Rodgers, still losing in the playoffs, um, or they're going to be terribly bad. It's going to be either or. and it might be their first losing season.
Right.
Last
Yeah.
decade.
This is a really good point. That's a really good point that this could end up being one of their worst seasons.
Yep.
With a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, this could very well end up being one of their worst seasons. Now, Jonathan Abernathy, he came on and he stated, man, y'all pinky toes crooked. And so he must possibly disagree that Aaron Rodgers will not be a scrub in Pittsburgh, but that possibly he's saying that Aaron Rodgers will come in and do some things in Pittsburgh. I'm not sure if that's what Jonathan Abernathy is stating, but if so, let us know, Jonathan, because right now Jamar and Ian, they don't have the warm and fuzzies, as we say, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ian thinks that this team could be worse, actually, and not even make the playoffs. And I cannot sit here and disagree with that, really, when I think about it. And then the ceiling. Okay. And so stay with the healthy Rodgers, they lose in the wild card round. Okay.
That's
so
what I said.
Yeah. So
that's the ceiling in this case.
Like, what's the difference between Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback and Russell Wilson and Justin
Nothing.
Fields and Mason Rudolph? Like, what's the difference at this point? It's all going to be the same result.
Nothing at all.
Right. Right. So, man. Well, hey, I got news, fellas. Aaron Rodgers, when he is playing good football, it looks beautiful. He had some great games last year. And he has some nice moments. And so you got some Steelers fans out there that are excited, because they know that Aaron Rodgers, if it's a big if, and do you guys think this is the biggest if of the offseason? If Aaron Rodgers plays anywhere near the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers, that Pittsburgh could be a serious contender?
That's a lot of ifs.
I know.
No. More
Yeah,
so a big if. The Green Bay Aaron, and we ain't talking about the last year in Green Bay. We're talking about probably what the 22 year, the MVP,
2022.
the MVP, the last MVP of the Rodgers. We 3-4 years removed. The Jets was hoping they got that version. They ain't get nowhere near.
Right.
His
arm accuracy done fell off. He ain't got that arm he used to have. You saw some flashes last year, but it just wasn't the same. And you also saw Aaron Rodgers look really limped out there. He looked slow. He looked like the game Jamar had passed him up. Like it was too fast for him.
Possibly. And then what also doesn't help, and I feel like he does this every year, is he signed in June. Why didn't you sign a lot sooner so you can get more reps with your new teammates instead of coming in in the middle of things? That's the
idiot, because he's
married,
an idiot.
bro. That's what happened. He got married, man.
So
you guys heard
Travis Hunter got hit. Travis Hunter got married too.
Right.
Hey, that's a whole nother discussion though.
Right. And so Aaron Rodgers, he secretly tied the knot, guys. I don't know if you heard about it, but he secretly tied the knot. And so possibly this is why Aaron Rodgers was taking all day to sign with the Steelers, because he was getting married.
So it took him 2 months to get married?
He just don't want to practice. He turned into Brett Favre. He just don't want to practice.
Too busy in the darkness with shrooms up his behind.
And so, yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers, it's a huge if. It's a huge if this offseason. If Aaron Rodgers comes healthy and if he plays with it like he used to play, what could be the ceilings for this team? If TJ gets his money, if If TJ is healthy, that's a big question too, man. Because TJ, he's great when he's healthy, but TJ can get injured too. Um, and so Pittsburgh definitely have some huge questions to ask. And so, fellas, I just want to say Happy Father's Day. Hold on, I believe he still has it, but when you're talking 80% of the salary cap, you have to get low budget receivers who are more focused on sponsored deals, and they aren't hungry anymore. No one in the NFL is, which is why the Eagles ran away with the chip.
Very valid point.
Okay. Yeah. No one in the NFL. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Ann agrees with you, Jonathan. So, I guess that's my final thought, fellas. Is Happy Father's Day, man. All the fathers, y'all know what y'all do, and that's that, man. And so, Jamar, bro, did I ask you already? I thought I did.
Yep.
And N, did I ask you already, man?
No, but I'll say it again. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Um, and yeah, man. God bless all the fathers, man. And shout out to all the fathers, who may not be here to celebrate with us, and the grandfathers, and all the uncles. But man, shout out to you guys. We the real MVPs, as they would say.
Mm, mm. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Let them know, yeah.
This is true, man. Being a father, man, it's a lot of sacrifice. It's a
A
lot.
lot.
Yeah. And it's a sacrifice to where you just gotta do what you gotta do. It ain't no talking about it. You just gotta do. That's it. And so I feel you, fellas. Hey man, happy Father's Day to you guys as well. Two excellent fathers,
Father's Day,
man.
bro.
Yeah, I know you guys out there making your sacrifices. We might not get acknowledgement, it's all that, but who cares? I mean, for me, man, yeah, a good meal is good for me. Um, just having my kids, that's what matters for me, man. And so, I'm with you guys, though, fellas. I'm with you. And our boy again, Jonathan, he stated yes, and we appreciate this sentiment, Jonathan. We end on this note, man. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you as well, Jonathan, bro. Thank you. Be safe and enjoy the little moments. We appreciate you too, bro.
Yep. Love, Jonathan.
Appreciate you, Drew, Jonathan. We
Enjoy
appreciate you,
your
bro.
first Father's Day, Jonathan.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir,
yes, yes.
sir.
And that man is a proud father. He is a proud father, man. You see, you see everything on Facebook, man. And Jonathan, that's beautiful, man. That's how you celebrate your kids. That's your way of celebrating them. And so, kudos to you, bro. Kudos to you, man. And happy Father's Day to you, man. And happy Father's Day to all the viewers that viewed and etc. that have viewed, etc. that will view. Happy Father's Day to you all, man. And so, with that being said, fellas, with that being said to our viewers, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this morning. Continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you are would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love and support is truly appreciated. And we hope you all have a blessed and safe weekend. Peace. And again, happy Father's Day.
Peace.